Yo, what's good, chat? What's up, guys? Can you guys hear me? What's going on, guys? Huh? I thought you were asleep. Can I join? Yeah, you just add me, dog. We're about to play Blitz Royale, though. Yeah, here's my gamer tag. You want to play with me? So, I'm guessing your name is Jabin, whatever the heck that name is. I heard I'll add you, my G. Oh, you play on mobile? Yeah, no problem, bro. Yes, sir. What's up, Mud? How you doing? By the way, a little note: we don't play with people off a stream, so please don't ask. Don't try to invite me. You want to play Mud before we start a match? Hey, William, do you know if Crown wins count in Blitz Royale? I'm just curious. That's crazy, bro. Hold on. Hmm. All right, let me see. All right, I have one. That's crazy though. All right, let's hop in a match. Yo, hello? Hang on. If you're talking, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? What's up? Did you hear me? Okay. I don't know if you can hear me. Hear you. Wait. How in the world? Huh? Yeah. I can't hear you, bro. No. No, I'm off. My schedule's changed this week. I need to take Thursday off. I'm off Wednesday, Thursday. Not you. How can you hear me in game chat, JBim? That's so weird. Oh, is it on a stream? Nah, I had to take Thursday off. I gotta it's at like one or like 9 to 3, but I gotta do my background check. Hear me? Huh? What? Oh yeah, I'm playing it right now. I like this game mode a lot. No. Oh, okay. You get a free skin in Blitz, but you only have like 3 weeks. Pretty easy to get. And you get a free Victory Royale umbrella, but you have to win 3 games. Oh. In the game mode, there's only actually like 2 real players though, in Blitz. Yeah. Oh, that's a dub. It's pretty much 4 real players. You and a random teammate if you're playing duos. And another player and his teammate. Now in squads, it would be 4 and 4. Yeah, GG dog. GG. Huh? No, yeah, it's like, so in squads, it's like 6 real players. In duos, it's 2 real players. And then if you're playing solo, it's a 1v1. Yeah, not, I read it. It's like 90% of bots. Because, bro, I've gotten like top 2 like hella times. Then you're not good, bro, because like you're getting shit on by bots. Those are real players, then. You've probably ran into a bots like randomly in it, or not bots but players randomly in it. I don't know why bro left, but I'm playing a solo then. Like 90% of his bots though. I prefer the Blitz game mode right now. It's like super fast paced. You get hella XP quick. Yeah. Honestly, right now for me, bro, like, I'm trying to like rest my body, cause like last week I got hella sick. Like, I had like a cold, a head cold and shit. Head cold, felt hella lightheaded. Kind of had like a little bit of a fever. Just getting over it. I lost my voice though. How was bro beaming me out of the sky? Sometimes you get screwed too and you'll run into the real players, so I don't know what the fuck is happening. Yeah, there's a lot of new stuff coming eventually. Squid Game's coming to the game eventually. No, it's gonna be coming out when the new season comes out. Yeah. I think. Is that when Squid Game drops? Let me look, Squid Game Season 3. There's supposed to be like a whole separate map for it, they're saying. No, June 27th it comes out. There's hella players playing Blitz right now. Like earlier today when I hopped on, it was like 300,000 players. But yeah, anyways, I'm just getting over like a cold. My voice right now is still screwed. Like I kind of lost my voice. Someone got a cough too, which kind of sucks. Fuck. Okay, man, there's real players in this. Man, that's just because playing against bots earlier. No, because like the first like 3 or 4 games was like that, but I'm wondering if solos is different. I don't really know though. What's up, Macy Casey? I still like Blitz though, because it's hella fast paced. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I gotta go down to the CDRC place tomorrow and take care of some paperwork for my background check. Sorry, stream. I'm afraid you guys can hear me too. It's on my buddy, but I know y'all could probably hear me too. It's a new game mode called Blitz Royale. Super fast paced though. Storm comes in hella quick. You don't really have time to think or do anything. So you can't just sit around and loot for like 5 minutes. Don't try that. That don't work. If I can get a good game going, I can show you how fast paced this goes. Yeah, Storm's pretty fast. This is like, there's like 32 players. So the loot's pretty like accurate too. So it's way faster than reload as well. So pretty much you have 8 seconds to drop off the bus. This is in solos, duos, and squads, no trios. You get medallions and shit like that too, so pretty much you have to think fast and choose your loot quickly as well. Yeah, like right now the storm's about to close in 8 seconds already. It was good, KBS. What's good, my G? Sorry, I was streaming earlier today, but then kind of got busy, so. Like right now, the storm's coming already in 20 seconds, so I gotta get quick, loot up quick, and go. Hey, let that message go through KBS for DL. Yeah, that's fine. I don't really do follows, my G, but if you're on the channel more, I'll definitely leave you a follow eventually. Which one? I'll follow you on, like. Oh shit! Damn, I got deleted. You just woke up from a nap. Hi. +1 followers, GG. Go to his channel. Oh, he has 9.65K subscribers, bro. Damn, bro, you got hella followers. Let me see what you be posting. Bro posts hella shorts, huh? Yep. Hella shorts. I don't know what he be streaming on, though. Does it say? Speaks a different language, so I don't really understand them. Anyways, yeah, this mode plays really fast paced, but I really fuck with it. No, yeah, definitely. But I really do fuck with it, bro. Like, Fortnite's like regular is fun, but sometimes it's like really repetitive. Cause this fast pace reminds me of some of the Call of Duty stuff. He speaks French. Oh, okay. That, yeah, exactly. That's annoying. I'd rather just like get destroyed hella quick like this right now and blitz and be like, okay, let's go find another match. By the way, here. Oh, you talking about your levels in game and blitz? Yeah. Well, I don't think this game mode was really made for split screen, so like I know you play split screen, but a lot of these modes aren't made for split screen. But yeah, the problem is like there's only very few people that play in split screen. Like you and your brother, there's probably like 1,000 people playing split screen. Everyone else is playing by themselves. I know that, but like what I'm trying to get at is like the community has to like complain about that. If they don't, nothing gets done. And there's very few people complain about it. That's the problem. Also, it's like really easy to get the free skin they're giving out because reach top 10 players in different Blitz Royale matches, and then earn 10 levels. What's up, Brody Brax? How you doing, man? Ain't lie, bro. I gotta pull my shorts up real quick. Getting a breeze. Like, not trying to be weird shit. Hang on. Tie my shorts. I didn't realize the lighting in my room's hella good now that my girls kind of like live with me, chat. So, like, she has her light over here. So, y'all, like, my screen's not hella dark anymore. Well, to an extent, like, it's not super dark or super, like, bright either. Cause my girl has, like, a corner in the room where she has all her stuff. So, she's asleep right now, but I'll tell her you said hi, Macy. I'm about to show y'all tomorrow, but she's got a new she says we have a baby, but it's a puppy, okay? She got one, yeah. It's a girl. Hold on, I'll send it to you, bro. If I can. Hold on. Yeah, check Messenger. Mm, it's like a mixed. Like she's a mutt, so she's mixed. But like it's mixed with like from what she said is Saint Bernard. So she's not gonna. She might end up being like the rut of them, but I don't know. Hold on, bruh. Some of y'all probably not don't know what a Saint Bernard is, but those things are huge. Shut up, KVS. He said, "Well, happy late Father's Day to you." Can y'all see this real quick? Yeah, it's a Saint Bernard. That's what they look like. So these dogs have been around since the 1600s, bro. Long time. These dogs? Yeah, but they're not really like built for that anymore. This is what they look like, though. Well, that's where they're, yeah, where he's originally from. These dogs have a lot of problems if you don't take care of them now. Out of all the breeds, these dogs have a lot of problems. Oh, honestly, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of big dogs are like that though. Not just like even my dog's like that. My mom takes really good care of them. To an extent, yeah. My aunt has one though, so it's not completely like that. Those dogs don't live that long though either. Not really. Yeah, probably. There's just certain breeds. Big dog probably protects you. I mean, I kind of already have one. I have Taz. You guys have seen Taz. He's he's not like a big dog, but he's a medium sized dog. She, but yeah, she's supposedly like a mix of Saint Bernard. She's gonna be fucking huge. If she's not actual like an actual rut, we'll find out that eventually. Named it Delight. Why? Her name's Aaliyah. My girl named her, so. Hey, I didn't go and get her, alright? My girl did. Bro really said, well, late happy Father's Day to you. Like, no, bro. Like, you got jokes, fool. And then I called my dad today, just telling him, like, some stuff that's been going on. And because yesterday I called him twice, he didn't pick up. And I forgot to call him when I was on my break at work just because I've been busy. And my dad's all like joking around talking to his girlfriend. And he's like, I'm only guessing. Is my son calling me because his girlfriend's pregnant or he's getting married? I'm like, bro, are you fucking serious? I'm gonna do that next year, dog. I mean, one day, yes, but not now. I always told my parents, I want to get my career first, and that's about to happen. Bro, don't even notice me. Keep coming. They're gonna leave us by this time next year. Watch. Why y'all saying? Why you say that, KBS? One of my guesses he thinks I'm about to have a kid. I'm not in a rush in that right now, though, bro. Like the fuck. That makes you crazy. You said KBS being KBS usual. You're gonna get carried away by life eventually. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I've actually thought about, you say that, but I've thought about making like a family channel one day. I know it sounds crazy, right? But I've thought about that. Pretty much, yeah. Oh, him? Yeah. I know who you're talking about. Oh, my brother. Yeah, probably. You'll see my brother fucking putting cribs and shit together. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, chat. For the life of me, I cannot build or put shit together. I've tried it. I don't have the patience, and if I do try, I put it together eventually wrong. My brother is very smart at shit like that. Unstoppable shotgun. What? Interesting. I don't know. I have to figure it out. What's the llama have in this, bro? I'm about to find out. I've seen this on the map. I see that dude on the roof. Holy. Okay, no, we don't really need that shit. I was gonna go back for it, but never mind, too late. Oh, storm gonna be closing in a minute. Bro got the high ground right now. Hold on, I might grab that med kit. I might need that. Bro, we are on the last storm. Oh yeah, I do see the guzzle. What the fuck? Oh, there was the last one? Okay, we're leaving match because you're wearing a trash ass fucking sweaty ass superhero skin. I didn't even know they was last alive, bro. Yeah, I really fucked this new mode though. This shit's hella fast paced, but fun as shit. Devil Yoga. I have no idea who this is. Community projects. What is this? Increase your health, increase XP earned, increase your positions per mission. Okay. Oh, this is a new expeditions game mode. I don't know exactly what all this extra stuff is though. Forgot Bruno Mars is in the new festival pass. So no, he was like an actual skin, not a pass though. One of the good things in the past that he has though is oh, ABC Jackson 5. Yeah, for Michael Jackson. There's a rumor supposedly Michael Jackson is gonna be the next festival pass on August 26th, but we'll see. Cause that's like a I don't really know. That would be interesting. Pretty much, that sounds accurate. Yeah, because the Jackson 5, his whole family was singing and doing shit, so. After all, no weekend, we replaced the king of pop. Yeah, that's true. I mean, me and my buddy were talking about, like, supposedly Elvis has gotten, like, or not Elvis, but Michael Jackson was accused of doing, bad things with kids. I'm not gonna say it because, like, I don't want to get hit or striked on YouTube with this, but who really knows? And right now with the stuff with Diddy, I know they're trying to see or prove that. So we'll definitely see. But if we get him in the battle pass, it'd be crazy. Like, I want to see it because, oh yeah, I mean, let me check something real quick. So if they do end up um adding Michael Jackson, that'd be 3 days before his birthday. I mean, I know he's dead, but still, it's his birthday. So it could make sense. If bro was alive today, he'd be 67 years old. He overdosed on a prescription drug. Supposedly his doctor lost his license for that, but they're still fighting that because that wasn't all the doctor's fault. Because I guess they're saying Michael Jackson knew what he was doing too, but if that's the case. That's really fucked, bro. Not even that old. No, he really, bro. He died in. Let me see. He was barely like 51 at the time. Because he'd be like almost 67, I think it was. Hold on. Yeah, he'd be 67. He died at like 51 years old. You must be a big fan of Michael Jackson, Macy Casey. Yeah, it wasn't fully the doctor's fault. That's what I remember reading too, because I had a classmate when I was in middle school, right? She was a huge fan of Michael Jackson and Lady Gaga. So Lady Gaga, I don't know why, but Michael Jackson, I definitely get. I was. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because I remember reading somewhere it wasn't fully the doctor's fault, but he lost his license because of that bullshit. I mean, I don't mean bullshit as like a disrespect like that, but he kind of got screwed. You said what? Yeah, and to be honest, he got dragged through the mud because of that. No, think about it. Like, I think everybody just wanted him out because Michael Jackson was murdered, but it's not his fully fault. But it was a prescription drug. You gotta think about it. Michael Jackson should have known about that because they tell you the facts and stuff when you get your medication, bro. Like when me and you go to the doctors. So, and they tell you like before I take any like if I was to go get some allergy medicine, they tell me about the side effects and all the other stuff. Like, dude, I know one day I was sitting like when I got sick and I had to get some cold medicine. They told me what everything did, and I was sat there for 5 minutes having to listen to it because I was like not trying to be impatient, but I remember telling the pharmacist, I was like, "No, I already know this. Oh, I still have to read it." I'm like, "Okay." I mean, I kind of know almost all the old stories behind all the artists. Oh, that's cool. So you're big into like the pop and just music, Macy Casey. I heard about that. I don't really play Siege like that no more though. I mean, they've had a 6v6 mode, but they must have revamped it. My little cousin was telling me about the new Six Siege update today, but I'm like, bro, I don't even play that shit. Well, for me with Siege, it's like I can't just like play it anymore because what really hurt me, Team Team Tumble. Oh, my bad. Team Rumble's vaulted. Yeah, I know it's vaulted. They're supposed to be bringing a new mode out to replace Team Rumble, but yeah, with Siege, like for me, um, I honestly quit playing Siege just because they quit adding stuff, or when they did, it's like they weren't fixing the glitches. Remember when the game first was out? Yeah. Let me see if I can find the mode that's supposedly supposed to be replacing Team Rumble. Oh, it's called Training Ground. It has unlimited spawns. It takes place at a single location, and like Blitz Royale, you don't build when you fight. So I'm guessing this might be next update. But yeah, it's called Training Ground. Yeah, so Team Rumble got vaulted. Honestly, like barely any players played that. I think it was like 2,000 or 3,000 players on the mode. So, well, this looks like sounds like a zero build one because it says unlimited respawns, takes place at a single location, and like Blitz Royale, you don't build when you fight. So, I think right now what Epic's doing is just testing on a lot of modes, which I'm all for it, honestly. They got pushed back a bit, so. Bro said no. My easy way to complete story and weekly quests and enjoy not being cranked on 24/7. Reading the comments on it's crazy, bro. For Team Rumble. Well, they were never able to really fix that because I guess the XP was hella like easy to get, and there was no way of really fixing that. Some guys said they ain't bring back disco domination. I'd be cool with that. Hmm. All right, back to playing some Blitz Royale. Oh hell no, I actually get fucked up already. I do. I like the powers that have been added this season, but like every other season is such a good repetitive, so I'm kind of happy like Blitz Royale's in the game. You know, pull up on me. What's up? Damn, bro, I just got eliminated again. I give it like an 8 out of 10, bro. I don't know, I really fuck with this fast pace. Even though I got deleted right now, bro, I just got 36,000 total match XP, bro. That's insane. Only played for like 3 minutes and I got deleted. How the fuck is this a pickaxe, bro? What is this? No, I really fuck with Blitz Royale. Like, I know you're a big fan of superhero shit, KBS, but it's like, it gets repetitive after a while. Kind of like how Marvel was and shit. So, and I know the pro Fortnite players probably feel the same way. So something new is just good. Like, I want to see Battle Royale. How many players playing that shit? 90,000? Bro, you have more people on Blitz Royale right now. Plus, it is like late at night, so. Well, not late at night. Early in the morning, I should say. 3:34 a.m. I ain't gonna lie, I need to probably go play some Save the World chat. Because I'm broke as fuck, if I'm being honest with y'all. Like, I ain't got. It's only because Blitz is easier. Blitz is easy to an extent, but you have certain sweat players in that mode. Eventually, you're going to get more sweat players the more you play it. But I think, too, is you don't have all the superhero shit people are fucking spamming. You have to think about how annoying that shit is. But Star Wars weapons last season. Now you got people spamming fucking superhero shit this season. Yeah. I think people just like at the point too, sometimes just want a normal season. But we're never gonna get that. Well, I'm hearing stuff about that's wrong because there is superhero stuff. You have the blasters, you got um the laser from what the sprites. There's other things too I'm missing, but there is superhero shit. There's a different type of weapons and shit. Because I was watching like a couple of Fortnite streamers themselves. Like I know he just came back, but Jarvis was talking about it. Ninja's talking about it. A bunch of other people, bro. Courage, Cyper PK. They're just talking about how like the superhero shit's like really outdone. I don't really have a problem with it because I like it, but I do know myself personally. Eventually, I'm gonna get annoyed or bored with that shit too. Nah, the chapter 2 superhero season was peak, bro. Like when they brought back Iron Man and all that shit was great. But I think people are just tired of superhero shit or superhero out. By the way, bro, I want to go look at the Superman rewards. Yeah, I forgot this is his glider. That's hella cool. I do like the pen and ink version of Superman. Because I think it's like a comic book version. I was reading two Lex Luthor supposed to come in the game, so we'll see. And it's funny, bro. Everyone's making fun of the Superman movie version, like saying, "Oh, it's the Timu Superman." No, bro. People don't understand fucking DC. This is actually the legit Superman from the fucking comics. This is the one that's from the comics, though. Like when they first made Superman, and people don't understand that. I bet she's a bunch of fucking Marvel fanboys saying that shit too, because they don't understand DC that well. I'm a fan of both, but I know a lot about DC just because that's what I first became a fan on. By the way, they better not fuck Lex Luthor up, bro. I don't want some goofy ass Lex Luthor, bro, if he's coming to the game. Well, one of the ones they made from the CW was they added fucking Alan. He was from the 2.5 Men, and I'm like, bro, I can't look at that actor as fucking Lex Luthor. He played as Charlie's brother in 2.5 Men. No, Charlie was the drunk. Alan was the brother that like kind of mooshed off him, lived with him. The one with the girls, he had a job, but he was irresponsible. And then he had Alan who had a job, but he could never pay any of his bills. But I remember when they fucking did that, bro, and he added him as a Lex Luthor. I'm like, no, this isn't Lex. What is this, bro? Honestly, I can't see anybody else as Lex Luthor because of the Smallville series. I know that shit's hella old, but that's peak Lex Luthor. I don't care. Hold on, bro. I'll show y'all, bro. I don't know if y'all have heard of the Smallville series. This is my brother's favorite series. That is true. The pen and ink version of like the superheroes have been so much better. So this is the Smallville series, bro. If you guys ever decide to go watch like a Superman show, it's super old, but brother's a huge fucking fan. Tom Wellington plays Clark Kent, aka Superman. I don't know, bro. It's like one of the oldest ones. It started in 2001 and ended in 2011. So what is his name? Michael Rosebaum played Lex Luthor. He played in Guardians of the Galaxy too. I didn't know that. I don't know who he played. Let me see. Cause what is his name? Let me go back to it. Michael Roseburn. Okay, let's see. Does it say it all? No, I don't really show him. Let me look. I don't see his face, but why does it say he's similar to the movie? Oh, he played Martin next. I don't really know who that is. The I know what you're talking about. The pen and ink like Deadpool and Wolverine skins are like they're more my favorites though, bro. Like the other ones just aren't as good. Yeah, see, these are a lot of like good characters, bro. Cyborg, Lee Thompson. Then this is where they fucked up, bro. I don't know if you guys watched the CW, but they had a lot of good series going on, and then shit just went downhill after the Smallville series. Like, didn't do well. I want to see what shows Tom Wellington when it was in though. He was in Draft Day. That's fucked, bro. He hasn't played in many movies since then. I do remember him saying, Tom Wellington saying that Smallville kind of fucked his career up because no one could see him the same. Pretty much, yeah. Michael Rosebaum, everyone else like kind of just knew. Oh, here it is, Chloe Sullivan, Allison Mack. She went to prison for some shit. I want to see what she went to prison for, as I forgot. There it is. She pleaded guilty for racketeering conspiracy charges. She's going. She went to prison. She's going to prison for 14 years. What's up, YDC? Yeah, you can play with me. Give me a minute, bro. I'm just reading something on like one of the people in the Superman series. Wait, he played Aquaman? Alan Richardson. I can't see him in any other like movie really because he plays Reacher. Reacher, his name is. It's a series. I think on like since 2022. This guy played fucking. I forgot he played Aquaman. Same issue I had with Christine Craig played Lana Lang in what movie? What series did she go to that I couldn't see the same? Let me find it. It was Beauty and the Beast from 2012 to 2016. Yeah, when I seen that shit, I could not see that shit the same because the actress she played. I know. I call you what? TY? Okay. Excuse me. Oh, John Glover. He played Lionel Luthor. What movie is this guy playing? Oh, no way he played in that, bro. Gremlins 2? I forgot about that. Right? I heard something about that, but not for a while. Yeah, I heard about that, but we'll see. This guy played in hella old movies. RoboCop 2. Yeah, anyways, you ever watch a superhero series, bro, you want to watch? Go watch Smallville. It's super old from 2001, but it's a really good series if you ask me, bro. Let's see Sam Jones the third. Why did he leave? or what other movies he played? I knew he played in Blue Mountain State. Thanks, my man. It was the producer's decision, and rumors suggest Jones wanted more and better stories for Pete, along with more money. This project's true, but not to the extent that it drove him from the series. So it was one of the producers that took him off of Smallville, which I feel like he was perfect because he was Clark Kent's best friend. And then he came back for a single episode in season 7, but left in season 3. So he was gone for 4 seasons. Yeah, that's crazy, bro, to me. Anyways, bro, if you want to play with me, send me a friend request and add me. Weekly loot schedule. So every week, Blitz Royale will feature a new team to keep things fresh. Keep an eye out for Avatar Bending Scrolls the week of June 24th, Bad Boss Week July 1st, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Melee Mayhem starting July 8th. That's gonna be fun, bro. That was you? Okay. Oh, you're talking about the Hank Hill skin? Yeah, it's like one of my favorite skins right now. Hey, huh? It's a show, not the same one. It's a reboot because it, yeah, yeah, it's a whole new show now. Like, yeah, I know he did, but yeah, no, yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'll, I'm gonna play a couple of matches, KBS. I mean, it's a cartoon, so you could still put them in. Me, they've you've been able to record those and shit. Now AI can help with that shit too. As long as they get the okay from the family, that's the thing. But I from what I've heard from the theories and rumors, Bobby's supposed to be a chef. Um, Hank and Peggy are supposed to be like retiring or retired now. So like that's the only other thing I've heard so far. So I don't know though. I'm wondering if they're gonna get new skins and shit too, though, because of the reboot. It's August 26th. Then eventually we're supposed to get a Simpsons season, so it's gonna be a whole map of just only Springfield. Well, who knows if she'll be in the game? There's certain stuff skins that well. We need Bobby. Yeah, me and my buddy were just talking about the Superman or the Simpsons season, because that's like pretty much. Oh damn, bro's dead. How far? Way over there. I'm gonna be struggling trying to get him alive. Oh, you can come back to life in this shit? Are we playing a reboot? No, we're not. We're not playing reload. So is this like a thing of like reload, but your teammates can revive, or maybe not? Alright, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing right now, bro. Give me a second, bro. I don't even know if I'll have time to revive. Oh, there's a quick timer on this? Okay, the reboot's hella quick, though. If you can get it off. You do have to buy... Okay, there's a quick timer on that fucking... On that shit. Bro's not playing and I just wasted 500 gold. That's crazy. That's insane. I'm knocked. Yeah, I think we're gonna go watch videos, because that's crazy, bro. Like, glided hell far away. I know you got a pistol, but... Pay attention, bro. That's cooked, bro. I don't know. I might not play this Blitz Royale mode with players, bro. Just because like people don't pay attention too well, and this mode is so fast paced. I tell people. Because if you don't stay with it or pay attention to your teammates doing, because it's so fast paced, it's screwed. And like I did get a revive off, but y'all know. There's a college football 26 official gameplay deep dive. Okay, that's interesting. That's on the 20th, though, 7:55 a.m. I will be asleep. No way will I be awake for that. Alright, we have to watch this now. Just came across a scary video. This is for 34 minutes, bro. Alright, wish me luck, chat. We're gonna turn this on right now. Oh, there we go, chat. What the fuck is that? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, bro. What the? What is that? You can't hear? What are you talking about? I didn't turn the volume up, did I? I turned the wrong volume up. Hold on, bro. Okay, let's go again.
Late one evening in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Heather Paul is outside on her front porch having some ice cream with her husband and her 2 sons. But then, Heather suddenly spots something that absolutely creeps her out.
There's like little
That's scary, bro. I still no.
What kind of going on?
What the? No, bro. No. No, thank you.
What? What did you say? What did you say, Mommy? I can't hear you.
You gotta keep that open so it doesn't get all musty.
Can't tell me. You can't tell me it's not good.
Yo, what's up, boys? It's me, and today we're talking
Sorry, I don't have ad-free shit on YouTube. I'm poor.
RPG that's set in the world of the theory.
Heather whispers, "She scares me," to her husband and children, but they have no idea what she's talking about. Neither her husband or sons can see the bizarre figure dressed in white that is walking down the sidewalk only about 20 feet away. Heather says that the woman looked like, quote, a lady dressed like a nurse from the 1950s with an eerie grin on her face. Heather is now freaked out. She can't understand why no one else saw the strange nurse. So she checks the footage from their front door security camera, and sure enough, the recording also shows a creepy pale figure walking right by.
It just immediately creeped me out, so I just kind of like jumped.
But it gets even weirder, because you see, Heather lives only a mile away from a notorious old abandoned mental asylum, the Philadelphia State Hospital at Byberry.
No thanks.
So a little backstory, I live about a mile from where Byberry State Hospital used to be. This is one of the, I'm pretty sure, the most notorious mental hospital in the country. A lot of abuse went on there. There was lobotomies performed on patients. There was experiments performed on patients. A lot of them lost their lives because they were just treated so horribly. The conditions that that hospital was in was so inhumane, and no human should have ever had to go through what these patients went through. And these people just needed help. It's just very sad. They were so overcrowded. Like the nurse to patient ratio was just extreme.
With 2 student nurses and maybe 3 attendants, we have all we can do to bathe the patients, get them to cafeteria, take them to the doctors, give them their medications, and try to keep the place clean.
Now, when I was a kid growing up, we used to definitely go in there, and it was really scary. Like the second you walk on the grounds, you just feel like it's cold, it's not normal, it feels weird. Like you can tell somebody's watching you. There's underground tunnels underneath, so we used to run around them too, and they used to use those tunnels to transport bodies. And there was still those like metal slab beds that they were still down there when we went in there, like, you know, in the 2000s. I felt my arm grabbed in there once, and I moved my flashlight because I thought it was my friend, and my friend was like over there, and I'm like, oh my God.
But this story gets even weirder still. Heather's dad lived in the same house as a boy. When Heather shows her dad the creepy footage, he tells her that a woman named Linda used to live in the house next door. And during the 1950s, Linda was a nurse at the old Byberry Mental Hospital. So did Heather catch the ghost of a nurse from the old abandoned hospital? And if not, why could no one else see the strange woman walking down the sidewalk? Ho ho, no. Cara Messina lives in an old house in New York State that was built in the 1800s and has a very tragic past. In the early to mid 1800s, the house was part of the Underground Railroad, a network for fugitive slaves seeking freedom. Slaves escaping the South were forced to hide under the house to avoid capture by authorities. Because of its dark history, Cara believes that the house might be haunted, and she says that while her family has lived there, they have had, quote, some ghostly activity through the years.
Why would you
So one day, Cara and her daughter are just relaxing around the house, and they start to hear a very strange sound coming from the basement.
So for the last 20 minutes, I've been sitting on my couch, and it's been dead silent, and all of a sudden I hear Santa, and I thought it was coming from outside, and it's not. And this is my basement.
Summer.
You got a Chucky doll?
Tell me it's in the same box as Chucky right now.
Oh, hell
Yeah, it's right there.
no.
What? Yeah, it's in there.
Fuck that.
Right, but it hasn't been touched, and all of a sudden, after all of these months, and it's off.
Cara's daughter flips through a box, which ironically contains 2 old Chucky dolls, only to find that a Santa figurine has suddenly activated itself and is just talking away, even though the power switch is turned off. But there's something even weirder here that video viewers noticed after this clip was uploaded. Because, did you hear it?
Right, but it hasn't been touched, and all of a sudden, after all of these months, and it's off.
Just as the Santa doll is picked up and suddenly stops talking, it can be heard seeming to frantically yell, "No, stop!" So is Cara's basement haunted? Is the little Santa doll possessed by some wayward spirit? Or is it all just a very odd coincidence? You decide. Daddy Ghost. One morning, a woman named Cheyenne is taking care of her 2-year-old daughter when the little girl says something very strange.
Okay, who is it?
Daddy. Daddy's right there.
Is it your daddy?
No, it's your daddy.
Is where?
Daddy's right there.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, show me.
See?
Oh,
Your daddy's missing you.
my daddy's missing me?
That's your him.
Let's go get him. Where'd he go?
In him.
Okay, show me.
Oh no, no thank you.
Her daughter seems to be referring to Cheyenne's dad, which is odd because not only has her daughter never met her granddad, but even Cheyenne herself was only just a toddler when her father passed away. So Cheyenne shows her daughter a picture, and the little girl confirms that it's the man she saw in the hallway of their house.
Yes? Yes, it looks like that.
Daddy. Daddy. Daddy.
Yeah? And Mabel, what does your ghost do?
No.
What did you say he gave you?
Heart.
A heart?
Daddy. Daddy.
Uh-huh.
Daddy.
Yeah.
2 days later, and it happens again.
Just see me.
What sees you? The ghost? What are you talking about?
I'm
Come
cool,
on.
bro. Hell nah.
The dryer scared me, and you already freaked me out.
Oh my God.
Cheyenne says that her daughter still occasionally talks to the entity that the little girl now refers to as, quote, Daddy Ghost. But Cheyenne says that some online comments have scared her a bit.
She calls him Daddy Ghost. She's only had an experience like that 2 or 3 times. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, I try to capture it on video. I also had a lot of comments saying that it wasn't like something nice. It was something mean. That freaked me out, so don't say that again. A lot of people were telling me don't communicate with it. I'm not. I'm scared. She is, and she doesn't understand. So.
Welcome to the Americas. 5 years. Cover how this
Tell him, Mabel.
So is Cheyenne's daughter seeing the ghost of her granddad stopping by for a visit? What do you think? A grave situation. A young woman named Britt lives on a large horse ranch in the mountains. She says that lately, things around the ranch have gotten a little strange. Well, actually, they've gotten a lot strange. It all starts one day when Britt's dog Josie just completely freaks out.
So, I'm recording this just in the off chance that no one believes me. Maybe I can catch it in real life of a freaking cemetery. In my front yard, I was just inside. I'm by myself with my dog. She's up in that room upstairs. You can really hear her working from here. Josie?
Oh, I've seen this one.
Josie?
Their deceased pets are all weirdly standing for some food from Uber Eats. The driver is a bit disturbed by the gathered cat.
Bye. Did you just like...
She drops her food in terror and runs back out. Britt says that she feels down their spines. Now, let me say before I show you these clips, in accordance with YouTube guidelines, no one is shown being hurt in the following video. There's absolutely no evidence that any crime was committed in this video or that anyone was injured in any way. Alright, so, while Nick and Ted are hunting, they hear a gunshot, followed by some insane screaming. They immediately grab their camera and start recording.
Oh no. Oh no. In the fucking woods? Oh, nah, bro.
Now, Nick and Ted are in such a remote area of the Missouri woods that they have no cell service to call the authorities. So, all they can do is listen.
I was gonna say, bro, I got the chills because of this.
He's screaming at the absolute Doppler monk over there. Very not good obscenities to someone else. I've never witnessed anybody screaming like that.
Again, Nick tries to call someone to report the incident, but they still can't find a spot in the woods with cell service.
We ain't got any service in here, so can't call the police and tell them to go over there and see what the heck's going on, but sound like something off a dang horror movie over there. I mean, we're just like a guy that's absolutely losing his mind over there.
At this point, Nick and Ted are totally freaked out. They just head back to their truck so that they can get out of there and call the police.
I've heard some stuff that I feel needs to be reported to the police department. Okay. I was hunting, me and a buddy were hunting, and at about 6:45, we heard gunshots, which is not uncommon, but then for 30 minutes straight or so, there was lots of screaming and just people, obscenities, and it sounded like something really bad was going on over there, and there was 20 or more gunshots ended up happening. I have pins dropped on a map about how far we were from where we think this was occurring. We didn't know what to do, and we had no service, so we're trying to report and see if anything had been reported about there.
Days later, Nick and Ted provide an update on what happened after their terrifying encounter in the woods.
So after that hunt, you can see we alerted proper authorities, and the days following that event, I had some contact with the state game warden, and they told me that they found nothing on this situation, and they went in there, and there was nothing to be found.
Even though Nick and Ted reported the disturbing incident and even provided GPS coordinates to local authorities, nothing was found at the site. There's absolutely no evidence that any kind of horrible event ever took place there.
You know, it freaked us out, and we really got unsettled by it, and we weren't scared that someone wasn't coming after us, but we had heard something that it could have been. Your mind goes to think about what could that be, and I immediately go to worst case scenario.
So did Nick and Ted just hear someone having a random temper tantrum or a breakdown? Was it just someone freaking out and maybe just shooting guns at a tree stump? Or was it something much more disturbing? You decide. For the full-length version of this video, be sure to check out the channel, The Hunting Public. Shadow of a Doubt. Now, I've covered the strange and creepy story of a woman named Rosanna in one of my previous videos. Rosanna lives in France in an apartment that she claims is intensely haunted by some mysterious dark entity. One night while she is home alone, she starts to hear strange sounds coming from her children's playroom. What she catches on camera is truly chilling. Toys in the playroom begin to move on their own, and as Rosanna goes to investigate, she notices something very strange. Did you see it? In the window reflection, the large shadowy figure of a man seems to be standing right behind her. But when she spins around, there's no one there. Rosanna sees the strange shadow behind her again in the reflection, but then the figure just disappears. Rosanna claims that this dark spirit has haunted her apartment for months, but she just can't afford to move out right now. So is Rosanna being haunted by some evil entity? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax?
Damn, guess you're gonna die
You
there
decide.
if you can't move out. Shit.
A guide to the other side. A young woman named Diana posted a very disturbing video to Instagram. In the video, Diana and her brother are watching as the police arrive at a trailer at the edge of their property. The police are showing up for a wellness check after the sad, lonely man who rents the trailer has not been seen for weeks. It turns out that the man had unfortunately passed away inside the trailer. This is the footage.
Right there. Wait, they're going up to Tom's place. So wait, you said the light wasn't off?
Yeah, exactly. And I knew that something was going on. That's a lot of cops.
Holy shit, the hell? Oh my god, they're calling.
They're coming again.
Are they calling something in?
I see that twice. What the fuck is that?
They're going back over. What was Tom doing?
Is there like an app you can check or something to figure out?
Oh, Jesus. Abby's okay.
Fuck.
Sorry.
Did you see it? The small shadow of a child can be seen lurking outside the trailer, seemingly lost and abandoned. But the police don't even notice, walking right by as if they can't even see the child. And then suddenly the small child shadow just disappears. Watch again. The figure disappears into thin air right in front of the police, but they don't seem to see anyone. Viewers of the video pointed out that there was another odd apparition in this video, something that looks like the shadowy figure of a man standing in the trailer window. So a few days later, Diana and her father go to check out the trailer, and things get really weird.
Oh my goodness.
We going inside now? Nice.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh hell no.
Oh my god. What was that? Oh, fuck. Jeez. Oh. Whoa. Wait a minute. Wait, did this guy have a kid? What is this?
Yeah, this kid died too, like, I don't know, before, a long time ago.
So first, Diana is terrified when a dead crow falls out of one of the cabinets, which seems odd as the man has only been deceased and out of the trailer for a few days. So how did the bird get there? But next, Diana sees a child's paintings on the refrigerator. Her dad tells her that the man had a horrible tragedy where his young daughter passed away many years ago at a very young age. But the man kept her drawings and mourned her for the rest of his life, descending into sorrow and alcoholism. So, is this childlike shadow figure the man's daughter coming back to meet him as he passes to the other side?
Oh no.
What do you think?
Fuck that, bro.
Objective captured.
Mirror, mirror. A woman who goes by the online name Pixie Paranormal 1 is a psychic medium and paranormal investigator who has had quite a few strange experiences. Some that could be supernatural.
Fucking Ouija board.
What is this noise? Well, this is nice.
And she has also experienced some scary incidents that are just a bit too real.
When the sun goes down.
Got a load of kids running around in here. Can you hear them all?
That's a big ass dog.
That's a girl crying. Can you hear that, guys? Hang on. Turn the lights off for a minute, people. Turn these lights off. No. Turn these lights off. Hang on a minute, guys. We've got to turn these lights off. Turn the lights off. Turn that light off.
No.
Turn it off. I don't mind hunting ghosts, but it's the humans that worry me. Human beings freak me out.
But recently, Pixie Paranormal 1 had a very chilling experience right in her own home. She heard cracking sounds coming from her mirror, so she grabbed her phone and began to film. What happens next is truly bizarre.
Go up here.
Look at my mirror.
What
My mirror's cracking by itself.
What's happening? Wait, stop.
Harry, my mirror is cracking by itself.
It's cracked twice so far. Why is it cracking by itself?
No fucking idea.
There's too many.
Yeah, it's really fucking weird.
Alright, let's just carry on again. Right, follow me.
Stay there, don't go near it.
This way. I know, Mum, I know. There's a naughty mirror. Wait.
Okay.
Why is the mirror cracking?
I don't know.
I know. Maybe the naughty spirit.
The woman's mirror begins to break and crack all on its own right before her eyes. Even weirder, what looks like a strange misshapen face seems to appear in the slowly shattering mirror. So did one of the ghosts from Pixie's Paranormal Investigations follow her home? Or just what do you think is happening here?
No, bro.
Gory videos. And now again, we end this video with clips that might seem a bit spooky at first, but nah. Case in point, some Dutch urbex explorers are checking out an abandoned old building, and they find something
Abandoned
absolutely
buildings, nice.
terrifying.
I love these.
Guys, all the more.
Now, honestly, squatters in an abandoned house are much more dangerous than ghosts. Also, did you notice that this guy's friend has on the same jacket as the squatter guy? Truly bizarre. And next up, a woman is chilled to her core as she wakes up to strange activity. Some unseen force seems to open and close the drawers in her bedroom.
Yeah, no thanks, no. At that point, I'm just knocking on my what the fuck's that back there? Nah, this start happening, you can have my dresser, bro. I'm good. Keep my clothes on the floor, fuck that.
But then it's just her cat stuck inside her wardrobe chest. Look, there's his little head peeking out. And finally, Pedro sees a very strange shadow of what seems to be a person who is just not there.
Get creepy.
And then Pedro realizes that he just has weirdly designed chairs. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, please.
Yeah, you got it. I'll subscribe for more scary videos that I'll react to once a day on my streams. Anyways, enough of the scary videos, guys. What is this?
Are you a Roblox? Digital gift cards from
Night. I don't even know what time it is.
Fashion beer.
Trying to get rescued from this place.
Never mind. No thanks. That's too scary. I'll watch it alone. Probably not. He said, bruh. Rooftops and Alleys Part 1, the beginning of Parkour Simulator. What is this? Build your Mac.
Vending machine killer. On April 30th, vending machine killer. On April 30th, 1985, a 45-year-old truck driver stopped near a vending machine in Fukuyama, Japan. He was exhausted from work and was looking for an energy drink to help him power through the rest of the day. When he approached the vending machine, however, he noticed something surprising. A bottle of Oranaminsi energy drink was already in the pickup tray. Thinking he'd lucked down on a free drink, the truck driver wasted no time chugging it down. What he didn't know was that this would be the last drink he would ever taste. Instead of the refreshing feeling he was looking for, he felt something horribly wrong with his body. A bitter, burning sensation quickly spread throughout his throat, followed by an intense wave of nausea. It wasn't long before he was lying on the road in excruciating pain. He was rushed to a nearby hospital where doctors discovered a lethal amount of paraquat dichloride in his system. Paraquat is an herbicide that was quite common in Japan at the time. More importantly, it's also highly toxic to humans. When ingested, it can lead to severe nausea, throat inflammation, internal chemical burns, and eventually death. This is also why it's been banned completely from over 70 countries to date. Unfortunately, despite knowing the reason for his illness, there was nothing the doctors could do to save his life. There's no antidote for the deadly chemical today, let alone back then. So, after hanging on to his life for a month, the truck driver passed away on the 30th of May 1985. At first, investigators assumed that given the nature of his work, he might have accidentally encountered the toxic substance while on duty. However, after reviewing his haul records, they found no trace of this herbicide or anything remotely linked to it. This left them with only one conclusion: the chemical was mixed into the drink he consumed just moments before collapsing in agony. But with no leads or concrete evidence, they couldn't determine whether it was a murder or self-inflicted act, resulting in the case getting shelved for the time being. Now, while this might sound absurd today, you have to understand that paraquat was readily available in the country at the time. You didn't need any prescription or identification to purchase the chemical, leading to over 1,400 people using it as the poison of their choice in 1984 alone. In other words, the possibility of it being self-inflicted was just as high. However, just as the investigators were about to give up on this case completely, they received tragic news. Another person had fallen victim to the same poison after consuming Oranaminsi on the 5th of September. Then another 6 days later, and one more 2 weeks after that. By this point, it was clear that someone was deliberately poisoning vending machine drinks across Japan. This was the work of a deranged serial killer. Unfortunately, this supposed killer was also extremely thorough. He didn't leave any fingerprint or DNA evidence on the drinks he tampered with, and only targeted vending machines with no CCTV cameras nearby. As for why his victims willingly drank the unknowingly poisoned drinks he left behind, that had to do with the buy one get one free promotion Oranaminsi was running around the time to entice younger consumers. However, since some people only wanted the one drink, they often left the second free drink near the vending machine as a gift for the next person. This was common enough that people didn't find the laced drinks suspicious and drank them without a second thought. Sadly, this method was terribly effective. By the end of the year, this mysterious vending machine killer had claimed the lives of 12 victims and had severely injured 35 more. But as I mentioned earlier, this killer was a master of hiding his tracks. He operated all across western and central Japan, as well as Tokyo, making it near impossible for investigators to pinpoint his location. The lack of evidence also made it difficult to figure out his motive. Some speculated that he was doing all this to extort money from Otsuka Pharmaceutical, the company that made Oranaminsi. This is because in 1984, a group called the Mystery Men with 21 Faces threatened to poison food products unless the companies paid them money. So some believed that the vending machine killer was a copycat and wanted something similar. However, this theory didn't last very long because Otsuka Pharmaceutical didn't receive any demands or extortion letters from the perpetrator. Additionally, the killer also began using other drinks, like the drink Real Gold and even Coca-Cola. Hiroaki Iwao, a Tokyo professor of criminal sociology, proposed a more disturbing theory regarding the killer's motives. He stated, "It is not uncommon for Japanese who live under tremendous pressure, both on the job and in overcrowded communities, to let out their frustrations by hurting someone else. The person responsible may even wait around to see who buys the poisoned drink. He or she may find this is a kind of exhilarating release from the tensions of life in Japan." But even if this was the truth, it still didn't bring investigators any closer to catching the suspect. Left with no other options, the authorities turned to the public and launched a nationwide campaign on the 27th of September. They placed signs and distributed leaflets telling people to avoid suspicious free drinks and to properly inspect the cap seals on their beverages before consumption. They also instructed vending machine owners to investigate their stock for any anomalies and told chemical shops to monitor their customers more closely. It's unclear how effective this campaign was, as the number of victims kept increasing even after its launch. But then something unexpected happened. On the 17th of November, the murder spree stopped completely after the death of a 17-year-old girl. She was the only female to have died from the poisoning. It's possible that the person who committed these atrocities had a moral code against harming women, though that's nothing more than a baseless speculation. Due to the complete lack of evidence, the vending machine killer was never identified, cementing this case as one of the most chilling, unsolved mysteries in Japanese history. Little Rock serial stabber. On April 11, 2021, the Little Rock Police Department received a distress call from South Pulaski Street regarding a potential homicide. When they arrived at the scene, they found a middle-aged woman lying on the street with stab wounds all over her body. This woman turned out to be 41-year-old Deborah Walker. She was homeless at the time and was living on the streets when this incident happened. She was quickly taken to the hospital where medical staff discovered that she had been stabbed at least 15 times. Despite lying on the street, bleeding for what may have been hours, she miraculously survived and managed to regain consciousness the same day. Investigators also visited her in the hospital to gather any information she could provide about her attacker. Unfortunately, she was attacked somewhere between 1 and 4 a.m. It was still dark outside, and all that she saw was that her attacker was a tall, African-American male with a slender build. Now, in most other similar cases, such limited information would hardly be enough to generate any leads. But in this instance, the description Deborah provided left the investigators in disbelief. That's because her attacker's profile closely matched the perpetrator of another incident that took place about 8 months earlier in the surrounding area. The victim of that incident was 64-year-old Larry Eugene McChristian. He was living in Little Rock with his daughter Sarah, who was on probation at the time. On the 20th of August 2020, he had a medical emergency and was taken to the hospital in an ambulance. He was discharged from the hospital the next morning. However, when the hospital staff tried to contact Sarah so she could pick him up, she wasn't answering her phone. So they gave Larry the information about a nearby homeless shelter and a bus token to get there. Later that day, Sarah came to the hospital looking for her father, only to learn that he'd been discharged hours ago. She then reached out to the homeless facility Larry was told about, but they didn't know anything about his whereabouts either. The only option she had was to file a missing persons report and wait for the police to find Larry. 2 days later, on the 24th of August, Sarah received the call she was waiting for. Tragically, it wasn't the news she had hoped for. According to the official report, the Little Rock Police Department found Larry's body on South Gaines Street at around 2 a.m. They identified him by the hospital discharge papers he had on him. More importantly, he had multiple stab wounds on his body and was unfortunately already dead by the time the police arrived. His death was declared a homicide, and the investigators began looking for clues almost immediately. This proved quite impossible at first, since there were no witnesses and there wasn't anything that could be used as evidence at the crime scene. However, after inspecting the surrounding houses, they had a major breakthrough. The CCTV camera outside a nearby house had captured the suspect walking down the street when suddenly he spots Larry and begins walking towards him. After committing the crime, he tries leaving the area only to stop, go back, and stab Larry one last time before fleeing. As mentioned earlier, this man matched the profile Deborah gave to the police, leading investigators to believe she was attacked by the same person. While looking into older cases, they also connected the same killer to another murder that happened in the area on September 23, 2020. The victim of this incident was 62-year-old Jeff Welch, another homeless man who was living in an abandoned home. On the morning of that day, Jeff's friend found him on the porch of his house with a stab wound on his neck. By this point, the investigators knew they were dealing with a deranged serial killer. However, just as they uncovered the connection between the three attacks, another tragedy unfolded. On April 12, 2023, a day after the attack on Deborah Walker, another one of his victims was found on the Wright Avenue overpass. The only thing in common with these 4 attacks was that they all involved homeless individuals, and they all happened between 1 and 4 a.m. There seemed to be no clear pattern on how the perpetrator selected his targets. This left the Little Rock community terrified to leave their homes, fearing they might become the next victim of the serial killer on the loose. After realizing the potential danger of this situation, LRPD began spreading awareness about the man who is now being referred to as the Little Rock Slasher. They also turned to the public to ask for any information they could provide on the matter, and even announced a $20,000 reward.
We also need your help. If you have seen anything suspicious or have surveillance cameras on your homes or businesses in this area, please contact us at 501.
Unfortunately, despite having CCTV footage of the suspect, the Little Rock Slasher was never caught. The case remains a mystery to this day, or at least that's what the official reports say. While researching this case, I came across an Arkansas-based blog called the Snarky Media Report. The authors of this blog did their own investigation into the slasher case, and what they found was shocking to say the least. Put simply, they claim to have found the true identity of the killer after talking to multiple locals and Deborah, who, according to their blog, already knew the identity of her attacker. They also uncovered many details about this supposed killer, including his criminal record, which reveals that he has already served 2 prison terms in Arkansas for felony convictions of domestic violence. Also, his history with drug abuse and how it made him very agitated and violent. The authors of this blog also claim to have contacted the alleged killer's previous landlord, who gave them this image of the perpetrator. Which begs the question, if they know so much about the slasher, including his legal name, why didn't they give this info to the police?
What the fuck?
That's where the case goes from creepy to bizarre, since, according to them, they've already given everything they had to the relevant authorities. Despite this, the Little Rock police didn't make any progression in catching the serial killer. Snarky Media also published a video of the Little Rock mayor and police chief refusing to answer questions about the case. This seems to hint at something incredibly shady going on behind the scenes. That said, there's no way for me to confirm if the authors of the Snarky Media blog are telling the truth. For all we know, their whole investigation is made up, and this is just some random guy who has nothing to do with the 4 attacks, and it's all a ploy to make the Little Rock Police Department look bad. Most of the information they've gathered seems to check out with what's released publicly by the authorities. The only discrepancy in their investigation is the age of the suspect. Officials believe the slasher to be young, possibly in his 20s, but the authors of this blog state that the person they found was 46 years old. Unfortunately, this is where the leads end. Whether Snarky Media is telling the truth or not remains uncertain. What is certain, however, is that the case remains unsolved to this day. The Little Rock Slasher is likely still out there and can continue his murder spree at any moment. Thanks to Trade Coffee for sponsoring this video. I never considered myself in a highly unstable and disoriented state. Patrick was then seen to McNeil went out with his your free cold brew maker with select cold brew subscriptions. On February 17, 1997, 21-year-old Patrick McNeil went out with his friends. He spent the evening out drinking with his friends in the Dapper Dog Bar in Manhattan. During this time, he likely drank more than he could handle, resulting in him throwing up in the bar's bathroom before leaving in a highly unstable and disoriented state. Patrick was then seen turning left onto 90th Street, heading in the direction of the East River. This was the last time anyone would see Patrick alive. Following this night out, Patrick vanished into thin air. Despite extensive efforts, authorities found no leads or clues to his whereabouts. That is until April 7, 1997, when Patrick's lifeless body was found in the East River 50 days after his disappearance. Duty Sergeant of the NYPD's Special Investigation Division, Kevin Gannon, was called to the scene to assist with the body's recovery and examination. Kevin had been a seasoned detective for years, and by this point there was little that could surprise him. However, the circumstances surrounding Patrick's death disturbed him to his core. The more he looked into it, the more strange the situation became. For instance, Kevin noted that Patrick's body wasn't decomposed enough to have been floating in the river for a week, let alone the past 50 days. He also found burn marks on Patrick's body, hinting at the possibility of him being restrained prior to his death. Kevin knew that something wasn't right. Unfortunately, due to the complete lack of evidence pointing to the contrary, Patrick's death was ruled as an accident. Kevin kept thinking over this feeling for the next year before coming across a case that reinforced his suspicions even further. On February 13, 1998, another body was found in the same stretch of water. This body was later identified as 22-year-old Lawrence R. Andrews, who had gone missing on New Year's Eve after celebrating the event with his friends in Times Square. After getting on the case, it didn't take long for Kevin to notice eerie similarities between the two cases, as both bodies were found within yards of each other. Both of them were also young Caucasian males and were on track to have successful careers. They both disappeared in one of the most crowded cities in the world without any trace as well. Most importantly, Kevin also found similar oddities in both cases, where the bodies were a lot less decomposed than they should have been, and there were burn marks indicating possible restraints before their death. Lawrence's case prompted Kevin to look for other similar cases across the US. He enlisted the help of fellow detective Anthony Duarte and a criminal justice professor Dr. Lee Gilbertson. Together they began investigating these cases, and soon a chilling pattern began to emerge. In total, they found 45 different instances of young men dying under shockingly similar circumstances as Patrick and Lawrence. Most of them went out for a night of drinking, became more intoxicated than usual, disappeared shortly after, and were later found dead in some body of water. Almost all of them were also Caucasian and on track to have a high-paying career like engineering after college. Most disturbingly, however, they also found graffiti of smiley faces near the bodies of at least a dozen different victims. This led to the three investigators creating the smiley face murder theory. According to this theory, these 45 and possibly many other deaths from the 1990s to 2010s weren't accidents in the slightest. Instead, they were murders committed by a single deranged person or an organized group of serial killers. This is the only logical explanation they could find to justify the many oddities and similarities in these incidents. That said, while this theory makes complete sense to some people, others aren't convinced one bit. Criminal profiler Pat Brown, for instance, called this theory ludicrous. She believes that the idea of connecting smiley faces, one of the most common graffiti symbols, with murders is just absurd, stating,
no, not tonight.
It's not an unusual
not this morning,
symbol.
KBS, but
if you look in any area 5
tomorrow.
miles square,
We'll
I
see.
bet you could find a smiley face. The FBI also completely denied this theory in a statement, reading, "The FBI..."
Yeah, I'm gonna get off though, bro. I'm gonna go get some sleep. I will catch you guys later. I'm gonna go get some sleep. I will have another stream later on today, though. I will catch you guys next time. Peace, guys.